I thought I knew everything at a young age, but I came to find out that there was a ton more to learn, not only about the world, but about myself. And as I begin to develop some more self worth and see some good in myself, I kind of learned how I can take the greater qualities of me and begin to add value to other people.
Welcome to another edition of Men on the Rise, where we always speaking to great men and individuals who have accomplished great things and wanted to share a little bit about what they have done to get there, but also how you can be benefited as well. So today I have a good friend, a gentleman who's doing phenomenal. His name is Jimmy. Jimmy, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, peace there, man. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. I'm in on the rise.
Man, good to see you, bro. Let me just take a few moments just to introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are.
Oh, hey man. My name is Jimmy. Most people call me the Playmaker. I'm a guy who works with local businesses that intend and want to make some impact. I help them to be able to structure that business properly so that it can have some impact, so it can absorb some funds, and also that it can help some people around to obtain some jobs and some skills.
Man, that's good, man. We met through another mutual acquaintance, and he said, "Man, y'all two need to know each other." And man, ever since that conversation we've had, man, hey, some great things in the making. I'm excited, and I definitely want to make sure others know about what you're doing and how it can impact. I think right now, I want to take a few moments just to kind of give a little bit about who you are and how did you end up getting in this space. So, kind of give you a little backstory about who's Jimmy.
Okay. Well, we're gonna always talk from the point of trauma and relatability. So I'm a guy who came up in a city of Poughkeepsie, New York. A product of the '80s. So one of my parents, my mom, had some drug issues in my early stages of life, which left me with a little bit of bad decision making skills, some anger that I hadn't dealt with, and some needing of security with me, and that led me to kind of getting involved with like the teams, the cliques, the gangs. As sports came up around 12 or 13, those same teammate friends began to be trouble friends, and from there I was making some not so good decisions. So I found myself at about 16 or 17 with one child already, and facing time in bad places again. After a few stints there, I kind of got it together and said I need to do something else with myself. Um, Reading helped me a great deal from coming there. Putting myself around informations and people who were willing to give information. I thought I knew everything at a young age, but I came to find out that there was a ton more to learn, not only about the world, but about myself. And as I begin to develop some more self worth and see some good in myself, I kind of learned how I can take the greater qualities of me and begin to add value to other people who may either have some of the same difficulties or just want some help with the skills that I possess. So that's where I am now in that space. Trying to help those who are attempting to make a difference and just need the information. So along my travels, I developed two methods of thinking that maybe we can get into in a second that would help people to always set yourself on the right track and the right path. And when I get a moment, I'll let you know what they are.
Man, that's good, man. So you're a product of your environment and things you have seen along that journey help you down the course that you now currently walk down, man. So you have the heart, and you've actually seen individuals who that you serve now, kind of who was in your same spot years ago, right? And so
Right.
that's
Yeah.
good, man. Very similar stories, man. Like I say, I grew up in the '80s with crack and all those hit the communities, and
Right.
seeing families being departed and things like that, and a lot of struggles. And so I have some stories very similar. So, man, with that, that gives me that hard to even want to go help someone else who go through similar situations. And so, man, we definitely want to talk about that because
Right.
how did you then, from where your struggles and the things that you were dealing with, how did you end up going in the direction? How did you find the space that you now currently serving?
Um, just from doing a lot of self development, character development. You have to kind of forgive yourself for a lot of things. So then you kind of see like, hey, even though I had an issue, I myself am not that issue. Like, I'm out here, I'm doing bad things, but I'm not a bad person. So then, once you can separate yourself from those behaviors, then you can have the know how to separate other people from their problems. Like, okay, so my mom was using drugs, but that was her problem. That's not who she is. She's still a person nonetheless, a person affected by whatever trauma she was affected by that led her to making those decisions. So when you can begin to see people as people, then you can begin to work with them, irregardless of their issues, their problems, and it allows you to be kind of non-judgmental and just go after the purpose or the cause of the relationship.
That's good, man. That's good, man. So I can imagine it was a lot of uphill battles you had to face through to get to a certain footing, even
Yeah,
within business or in things like that. So I kind of want to talk a little bit because we all, myself included, going through those times where it seems like, man, it's when is it, when the when the rain gonna start raining or when that sun's gonna come out. And so
right,
to know that you're in the middle of the trenches and you're doing the right activities, but you
right,
sometimes it seems like it's not coming fast enough. So I want to speak to that person who sometimes find themselves in that situation. Man, I've been doing good for this long, but it still don't seem like it's happening. So let's
right,
kind of spend a few moments back in that journey when you say, man, hey, I'm starting to change, make some shifts in my life, and I see where I want to start doing some positives. But hey, what were some of the struggles that you had to fight through, even with family? Like
oh,
I said, you had family who, like you said, your mom's was dealing with drugs. My father
right.
was the one in my family, and so during those times, man, it was some
Struggle,
struggles. So
right.
let me just hear a little bit about your journey. What was that doing that challenge of that?
Changing, changing the first, common theme inside of change is people, places, and things, and they really do make a difference. So the people who you were once around that know you for whatever you were there for, they're gonna treat you like that until they see an extreme difference. They're even gonna challenge the idea of you changing. Like, what you talking about? Nah, you come home acting funny and now so you had to stay consistent with the idea of who you want to be. If you had an attitude in the past, people the first time you open your mouth, they're gonna react like you got that same attitude. So until you start to become the change that you want to be, you really gotta kind of ignore the people that you used to know. It's sad, but they're gonna play you to the point of who you were, and that may not. Some people can't stand on who they want to be enough because they haven't built any confidence in that new person or that new self, and people can knock them down very easily. So I would tell them, your vision is your vision, your calling is your calling. Everybody ain't get the call, so they're not gonna know what you're talking about when you start to produce the new things that you can produce. And then I say to them, if you were with these people and amongst these people for 16, 17, 18 years, and the greater you did not exist amongst them, then they really not the crowd that's gonna help you change anyway. It wasn't in that dirt. It wasn't though the right nutrients or set of circumstances wasn't prepared for you within that relationship. You got to get to another set or series of relationships that's already have the resources you need to move forward and grow. So,
And
and then another way that I look at it is you gotta kind of invite struggle, because like Americans look at a crisis as a catastrophe, everything's going wrong, but foreigners look at crisis, even the word in different languages just means opportunity. And business here in America is like conflict, whereas in other countries the term business is really cooperation. So I work with Asians. They say a lot. Let's cooperate. But when you work with the brother in the neighborhood, you say, "Yo, well, let's cooperate." He said, "I don't cooperate with nobody, not the law, not like that, bro. We gotta cooperate, operate together." And I think once you move on to the crowd you're supposed to be in, then those things start coming together. They start happening a lot faster. Like you said the other day, I didn't plan for you to be here. I didn't plan for you to be here either. But when you walking in your purpose and things are in line and you manifesting at the same time other brothers is manifesting, then you in the room. You at the table already. You've been set up to succeed. And again, if you look back, you're gonna turn into stone.
Yeah,
You you
yeah.
gotta be aware of that.
Yeah, you said some good stuff right there. Several things came to mind. One thing I want to kind of just talk about for a moment, I heard in the book, I'm pretty sure you might be familiar with it too, by Stephen Covey. How to win, which one is it? Not How to Win Friends and Influence People, but it's
Influential.
uh yeah, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay,
And
seven
so
habits of highly
yeah,
effective
that was
people.
Dale Carnegie, the other one. But yeah, so in this book, it talked about the four quadrants, right? It talks about the win-win. You have the
Okay.
win, lose, lose, win, and lose, lose. And in business, 9 times out of 10, you want to have a win-win relationship.
Right.
That's the only way you should do business. Because why do you want your person to lose? And why do you want to lose? Everybody in business to do what? To win.
To
Your
win.
customers want to win, you want to win, so it has to be structured in a way that everybody wins. So even
Right.
when we talk about cooperation, working with others to help others, I always had a conversation with a guy today at the service today. Man, he has an event space, and I do promotions and we do events as well. So I'm like, man, hey,
Right.
let's talk about a win-win. You got the space. I got some great things that can be a win. So let's talk how we can maybe
Right.
come together and do some things where it's all everybody, eat good. And so
Right.
that's the thing, man. And when you talk to people, I look at what money is, and I heard through Robert Kiyosaki. Money is an idea. It's an exchange of, and so it's
Yeah.
not so much a dollar bill, but us.
Ideas are currency.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
can you can bring great ideas and concepts together, and y'all work together, man, for everybody to really walk away with a win. And
Right.
everybody's win is not always the same, but that's the concept when you sit down and work together. It's for everybody to win. And so
Right.
with that, man, I'm glad you're saying that, man, because even leading what you're doing now, you're giving something that you want to help other people to win. And if you do it long enough, everybody will eat and everybody will have great success with it, man. So let's just talk a little bit about this how. And so sometimes it may take, if you're trying to build something of great success, a great statue, sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. So sometimes you got to stay in the ground. You got to till it. You got to make sure there's nutrients and everything like that. It may take a lot longer, but if you try to
Right.
do something small, it can happen
Ex-
over next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just keep plowing out the land and getting it done, man.
Yeah.
And I think that when we do understand the concept of working together, because you gotta understand that from the beginning we've been taught to sit separately. Like American culture, when you sit and you learn, it's us versus the educator. Meaning I'm at a square table isolated from others and then sitting in opposition to the teacher, right? So then, in order for the teacher to actually attempt to educate me, the teacher has to turn his back on me and then see if was paying attention. So that's a lot of opportunity for me to be distracted, falter, and then I'm always lacking a need for connection. So when the teacher turns around and I'm talking to somebody else, they say, "No, don't talk while you're learning." But that's not how it goes. Other coaches learn in circles so that they can all be focused on a central point and exchange information openly. So when you get into the hierarchies of our community or even like the ills of it, so say street gangs or territories or friendships that happen early inside of young males' lives, right? It's always the biggest and the baddest has the most say so. The smartest is either mishandled, misused, or casted away. The
Mm,
smartest dude is a sucker. If he's not a sucker, then he's a finesser. And so it's like you taking people with superpowers and you giving them an evil villain kind of aspect, and then you take the guy with the evil villain aspect. He's a killer. Now he's the best. If you can end a life, you are the best person in Black history for some reason. But if you can take people and help them to transition into productive people that can make a difference in their household, in themselves first, and then their household, and then their community. You're kind of a hindrance to what the others want to see. So you have to be really strong at recognizing when is your time to not befriend somebody. Also, when is your time to move beyond the friendship, and when is your time to do your duty, like you said. And working together takes a lot of understanding what you lack. People don't really want to be where they feel like they lack something at. They want to be where they feel like they dominant at. But if you consistently dominating something, you'll never be better than you are right now, because you'll never have to change your style of play for the level of competition. You'll become complacent. But if you're always in a room where brothers have more than you always want to not prove yourself in a bad way, but show them you belong. Like, I gotta get my money up. I gotta do more. And then that's more of the unification, because you've already gave that brother his respects, and he's already gave you the respect of learning next to him. He don't gotta put you on. In the rap right now, or the information we're getting right now, is if somebody gives you something that you cannot afford or that you should not have, and they give it to you in attempts to put you in a better place, you got to take that and run off with it and never come back. That's what the rap is telling them. You gotta finesse the plug. It's not telling them, yo, you have to respect and honor the person. Never bite the hand that feeds you, man. Add more value to the team. See where you can help out at and learn without getting paid. And how can you connect with a brother and say, yo, I'll help you build the house as long as you can teach me, and then the next one you help me again, and it's mine. So it's like that. And that's the connections that we want to be making.
Yeah, man, I can't say it enough, bro. I think about if you think about a lot of people who had great potential but did not stay long enough to see it come to fruition. Meaning
Right.
that some people want to eat today versus, like I say, staying in that place of an understudy, or saying someone who's there to learn under the foot of someone. So one thing I've learned, I think I heard it from Bishop Jakes, was saying, don't be a cheap copy when you be a great original. But on top of that, you want to make sure, why be a poor number one when you can be a great number two.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Scottie
And
Pippen's prime
and
example.
I think that's what my gift is a little bit. I don't really care to be the person that everybody sees. That don't really make me no never mind. The move is in play regardless. It doesn't matter. I mean, the running back, the quarterback handed it off to the running back. The running back did a heck of a play, pitched it back to the quarterback. The quarterback threw it downfield. Everybody celebrated, but only the quarterback and the center know who started the play. The center. He
Yeah.
gets lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And if he blow his job from the beginning, everybody's shot, but not really recognized as a high level of importance. But they spend good money for a center,
Mm-hmm.
because with a bad one, nothing goes right. So I say that to say, recognize, okay, and like we were saying before, if you're telling brothers these things, that yo, hey, you need to change, and you need to recognize what you lack, and you need to work to get that. It starts with an overall goal. Ain't no change happening if you don't have a goal. So that's why I said the two methods of thinking that can formulas of thinking that can really help brothers is, the first one is smart goal setting, which is SMART, which is so your goals have to be specific. You can't say, yo, I'm trying to get some money. How much money are you trying to get, man? Trying to get $1, 1,000, 1,000,000? What are you trying to get? So we can know what plan is sufficient to get you there. Then it has to be measurable, right? So how are we going to go about this over the course of time? Because it has to be attainable, realistic, and timely. So those are the five things: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. If it's that, you can get started. To find out what you lack, as far as business is concerned, there's only five things you can lack when doing business. So you only five steps away from doing what you want to do. So you either have a great idea but you lack the funds. That's the F. It's called F turn. You either lack the funds or you have the money and the idea but you lack the time to do it. You have the funds and the time but you lack the understanding of how to go about it. Right? You got the funds, the time, and understanding, but you lack the resources or you lack the network. When you work with others, you instantly get access to the network that has the resources, the understanding, sometimes the time to put into you, but oftentimes the funds necessary to get you going. So working with others can help you eliminate the five things you don't have immediately. But people will be like, oh, well, I don't want to bring my idea over there. They're gonna take my idea. You ain't got no you ain't got nothing going on. But you got to bring it to the brothers, man. Even if they took it, at least you know, damn, I'm good enough to make another one. I mean, I ain't saying they're
Yeah.
gonna take it, but I mean, like, you nobody's gonna do nothing with it if you don't bring it to the table.
That's good. That's good, bro. And that's a
Yeah.
good thing, man. Like I say, scared money don't make money, but at the same time, you don't be naive and just kind of be careless with you, with what you do. But you want to do your due diligence. You want to make sure that you vet people. Make sure you set yourself in the right circle of people. My thing is, and I heard from someone here recently on a podcast. He was saying, man, if a person cheat on their wife, I don't do business with them. Because if you can cheat with the person who you
Is that
sleep
what I
beside,
just
then
said?
you gonna
Yeah,
do
man.
it.
If you're gonna cheat on your
You know what
lady,
I'm
what
saying?
you gonna do
What
to
you gonna
me?
do with me? You know
What
what
you
I'm
gonna
saying?
do to
So my
me,
thing of
man?
it is you vet people, you see
Hang
how
out
they
with you.
treat others, and you move that way, And so my thing is make sure you protect your circle, make sure you put yourself around people who got good character. But then when you see people move a certain way, hey, you want to plant seeds into that relationship too. So my thing is I want to bring value. What do you bring to that relationship to why that person want to invest time back with you? And so you can't be holding back on them and expect them to give you everything they got. What do you bring
All
to the
right.
table? Have
Oh
value
nah,
in you as
man.
well.
Dedication,
Mhm.
time, definitely understanding and doing a ton of activity, man. I'm
Mhm.
gonna get it going. Worst thing that you can do with me is tell me you want to do it, because I'm gonna hold you to it. That's the worst
Right.
thing because I'm trying to get the full understanding of it, know what role I can play, know what things I can bring to the table, get my side done. And if you haven't finished yours, I'm gonna help you clean it up so we can move on to the next thing.
Yes, bro.
That's
That's the
that's
sweet
what I'm
spot.
always gonna do every time we sit down. So if you sit down with the cabin, then we're gonna have some trouble because you're gonna be exposed in the very near future.
Mm,
Because I'm gonna hold you to what you said, and I'm gonna pull up to see. And if it ain't there, then just know I ain't coming back. I ain't gonna be
yeah,
mean while I'm there, but you gonna figure out why I ain't never show back up.
right.
But and I say that to say, what I bring is my word is bond, regardless to whom or what. That's it, and that's all you need from me. Because if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I say I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna learn. If I say it's not possible, then I've quit, and you know that ain't me. So that's pretty much how I bring it to the table, like just like that.
That's
Just
good, bro. And then what you just said, your word, your bond, and that's so important, man. A lot of times we've been around people who catch their word out and they know they line before they get out their mouth good. But you know what I'm saying. But you size them up, you size it up. You know what I'm saying. You know if how a person handle this responsibility. Like I was learning a term called checkerboard management. I learned this in network marketing where hey, that my sponsor he will make a move. Tell me what I need to do. You go write down a list of 100 people, and then once you can finish that list, bring that to me. That's your move, and then we move to the next step. But I can't make my next move until you make your move, right?
that's
And so
it.
that's how we move, even in business. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk, we talk about what we're looking to do, and then we give each other assignment. Hey, this is what we're gonna bring back to the table when we talk again. And now when we come back to the table, where we at with it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you need some
If,
assistance, let me know. But we know we just not having meetings to meet. That's one thing about me. I am not a meeting person just to meet. We
yeah, I
got to
ain't
be
about to
getting
do
ready to
brunch,
move.
man. I ain't
Yeah,
doing brunch, man. We ain't gonna hang
that
out
time.
at this. Yeah, I don't care about what the crab cake, whatever. I'll do that with my lady. I don't want to hang
Yeah,
out. We can
yeah,
figure it out.
No
But
doubt.
I say this to brothers too, though. Don't be intimidated by the group. Don't feel like
Mm,
you got something too small to bring, though. You know what I mean?
mm,
Because I mean, you be like, yo, it's just me and my dog. Okay, well, this is what we gonna do with you and your dog. I got a carpenter brother. You gonna get the dog. He gonna build the dog house. Y'all gonna take the pictures, do the videos. Now you a satisfied customer. He got a commercial. Your dog got a house. You gonna take him over here to the other brother. They gonna do a grooming commercial. Now he got it going, and if you get the dog house from the dog person, it come with a free grooming session. And then we got the pooper scooper troopers where we made the little brothers go out there, walk the dogs and do, and all you brought to
right.
the table was your dog, but three different people got business. If you just bring it to the table, we're gonna figure out what to do with it and how it
Yeah.
can add some value. And then and know that, yo, that's your role. You the
Mm,
boss of that dog. You the boss of that move because you have to give brother some sense of control, some sense of power, some sense of responsibility. And that's why I say the opposition is the other guys. Cause I'm 42. I don't remember how old you are, brother, but we're at the age where there's other guys out there doing the same thing that we're doing. They trying to get a hold of guys that are younger than them, and they trying to lead them down a direction. It's not the same direction we trying to lead them down. So
mm,
then you have to be boisterous, loud, and urgent when it comes to that other person because he's out there every day. He's gonna meet them on the block at 7 in the morning. He's gonna have something in their hands that can make them some money. He's going to give them something that can protect them. He's going to make them feel powerful in that small corner. And from there, he's going to manipulate them into making moves that could hurt themselves and others. So you got to be out there at 5 o'clock giving out a job because before he even get out there, you got to
mm.
have the dude out of the way before he get out there. Otherwise, he's going to get met with that person. Um, and then when it comes to young brothers that may be watching and hearing and seeing that those are the ops, those guys are the opposition. They're not the team because the team will have you in the right spirits, moving in the right way. If you got the deepest gang in jail, all of y'all pretty much the dumb criminals. That's the dumb criminal gang. If everybody's in jail, free the bro. If you freeing the bro every 2 days, then y'all gotta give it up.
Yeah.
That's not the game for y'all as the bros. Another thing that we say is that I've been in positions inside of prisons where I've seen the gang leaders. And remember, I am a person who is helping guys get off on life parole. So I'm doing their practice parole sessions. I'm a guy who is helping guys to get their GEDs. So I'm doing tutoring in the evening. And this is the parole bound lifer gangbanging leader that has a sixth grade reading level. How you leading the gang and you can't read that well? There's a different set of educations going on over there. If you can't read and write beyond the sixth grade, now the average American only reads on the eighth grade level. So you are still below average by American standards. So how are you leading the next generation of leaders? That's got to be something wrong with that. There's something terribly. So now we have to say when I got my job, or you got your jobs, or you got your business, you gotta have a social impact element that is directed at those guys. Get them out the way. Go get the brothers. Because that's longevity. You hire a guy at 16, he works for you for 5 years, he's 21, he becomes the manager, the next branch, whatever at 21. When he's 42, y'all been in business for 27 years, pretty much. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
25 years, pretty much. And he was raised through your system as opposed to going to get 25 years and being in the system. Because that's what the other guy's going to do with him. His
Right.
life expectancy on the street is probably 3 to 4 years. Nobody really get a run like that without going to jail.
No doubt, man. That's good stuff you're saying, man. So my thing of it is, and I was at a meeting yesterday, and one of the guys was saying, "What do we do to help these young men who are our future leaders to get in the game?" And it was common sense to me, but my thing of it is, who you investing time into. That's
Right.
as simple as that. My thing of it is, if you see somebody out there that you they may not be ready to sit at your table today, but are you making any deposits into getting to know them? Prime example, today I have one of my young cats. He's probably in the middle school. I know him, like he just sitting his grandma saying he's going through some challenges right now because of some family issues. And so what I do, I go grab my young man, come up here and holler at me, man, come and hang out with me doing service, usher and things like that. I just take
Right.
him under my wing and spend time. And
It's
so
been
that's the
time.
thing, is that if you got somebody who you have some time to get in touch with, spend that time. You get on their level and make those deposits, and that's the key of it. And so I love what you're saying about these cats who, if you got an opportunity to make those deposits into their lives, find a way to meet them where they are and invite them to the table, or where
Yeah.
now you better paint that picture of whether you can take them and help them. Because the only reason why the disciples followed Jesus is because they saw Jesus being able to help them win in their future. Even
Right.
though, what I'm saying? So surgeon got to see how
Oh
you
man,
can.
I love that. I love that story there, man, because if you read the Bible, it's just a bunch of dudes in jail telling each other to watch out for the ops. Yo, tell Jesus they got me locked over here. Don't come over here. They on his head. They don't ran Marcus and them out of there. So it's just a bunch of it's revolutionaries that are communicating through the pipeline and telling you, yo, we still on a mission, but be careful of the things that are around you because a lot of people are trying to take us down. And like you said, planting those seeds inside those young brothers is necessary. And the element that you got to bring to the table more than time is you got to bring a little money to the table, man. I mean, I'm sad to say, but you got to bring a little bit of paper because if you don't bring no money, then you're not really. It's that if you leave money on the table and they can't take nothing off it, then it's gonna turn into why is you talking to me but ain't doing nothing for me? Even though I'm giving you the most information possible, I'm teaching you everything you need to know to go get a dollar. That's why I think it starts at the lower level. Like they're not gonna go out there and give a young kid 16 years old a kilo. They're gonna give him 7 grams, an ounce, right? So you got to do the same. You can't go out there and give him a business, but you can go out there and give him a job. If the state says they can work at 14 years old, then you need to get a hold of them at that age. If the state says they can work at 16, then at 14, you need to be doing career preparation, and you can still work with them under the guise of workforce development and career preparation. You can meet them at a younger age. Once they get those papers, it's a few people gonna get them. The drug dealer, Walmart, Chick-fil-A. I mean, they all want them. They are the new workforce. So none of them are going to instill any other community-based principles into them at all. They're just going to tell them, stay here, do what we need done. We're going to break you down for as long as we can. And then when we ain't got no use for you, we're gonna get rid of you and move on. But
Mm,
you have an opportunity to get that young brother, raise him up inside that system, and be able to teach him exactly what you know and put him on. And that's how it was when you say Robert Kiyosaki. That's how it wasn't Rich Dad Poor Dad. That really wasn't his dad like that.
hmm
That was
Yeah,
another brother putting him on.
yeah,
His
yeah.
dad ain't had the tools necessary to educate him in that manner.
hmm
He had to get it from the village.
Yeah, that's key,
You see
man.
what I'm saying?
hmm
And sometimes the village may take you away from your natural upbringing, as the person did with his father. It may allow you to see the flaws in your original thinking that was scripted for you with your parents. Like my mom wasn't thinking too straight, but you can still appreciate where they are because you see it. Damn, they didn't have this education. That's why he didn't get this.
hmm
It's not that it's his fault. It's that he lacked the information.
Yeah.
So if you could give the information along with a little compensation, you can have a great conversation.
There
You
you go.
understand what I'm
Love
saying?
it, love it. Like
You
that.
feel me? Right. And that's why what you do is great, man. You educate, tell them what it is, expose, tell them how they can get in front of people, put them in front of people, expose them to those things. And
hmm
then you say, I got you in the game. Now you got to execute, man.
Execute. Yes, sir. That's my
And
three
get,
levels, man.
that's
That's
it.
my three levels.
That's
Yeah.
that's it, man.
And
And I
so
love that. I
that's
love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So with that, man, I want to really talk about a little bit more of what it is that you do specifically and how you move people from A to B. Because I love from day one when you were sharing with me your strategy, your plan of how you execute, but then you how you get people to move into a place of purpose. So let's go through a little bit about that. So I want people to know how that works for you.
All right. So what we do is we recently we've changed the name. So we're gonna say recently develop werebuildnations.org, right? Which is gonna be our site and also our workforce development business. With this workforce development, we have a few goals. These goals are to give job skills and training inside fields that are easy to entry into and allow for the grounds to create stability. We also know that along with stability, work creates stability, but also having a place to stay creates stability. So we are housing those who can work with us and live with us, or those who are in need of home. From there, we teach them that these businesses that we are creating, they are highly replicable. They are easily replicated. They don't take a lot of startup money, but they do take manpower. Work directly with us, and we will issue you the manpower. So now, when you think in terms of big industries that they say we can't get into, construction, you need a general contractor. Okay, we have one amongst us, right? When they say, "Hey, with construction comes flagging," okay, we'll go get the flagging company and make the flagging company. They say, "Hey, it may be pavers that we need to do the concrete when they are or the asphalt." Okay, we're going to create that company as well because these are highly replicatable and they take little to no licenses certifications in the state. So we get them licensed and certified early within a week or two, and now you're eligible to work. So that's how we do it. We'll get you on, we'll give you a job, we'll give you a place to stay, and we'll give you some opportunities to grow in a highly replicable space, not one that's beyond your scope or your realm, and you can employ your little cousin. You see what I'm saying? And you can manage your money, and we'll teach you how to grow from nothing. You didn't have much, and that's how we want you. I don't If you think you got it figured out and you up, then you come up on the side and you help me get the guys up. You don't need my help to get up. But for the brother that needs to get up, I can help him out. And that's what we do. And I tell you again, this within itself is highly replicable, but it takes the information, right? We have opportunities to get government contracts, FEMA contracts, right? Local contracts, corporate contracts. These are all forms of different forms of business that take other forms of identification. So they give us the information. You need your LLC, you need your EIN, you need a bank account, you need a DUNS number, NAV number. Those are all things that keep you in the bank, but they don't get you the bag though. They don't. You can have an LLC and not make no money. A
Mhm.
EIN and never make nothing. A bank
Mhm.
account and a NAV credit account. You ain't never made $1 yet. They don't tell you how to get the dollar though. So they don't tell you there's key components. They say when you register your business LLC and EIN, did you get a the proper SIC number? Right? And these are things you got to Google here. Your proper SIC number that the state will recognize you as who you are. A NAICS number, the federal government will recognize you as who you are. Set asides, like you say, hey, I'm a black owned business, right? The government doesn't recognize you as a black owned business. They don't even recognize you anything because you haven't did the proper set aside as of yet. So you don't really have. Excuse me, I gotta pay for dinner here, lunch. Are you good? Oh my bad, my bad. I'm sorry, but
That's good.
my bad. So you haven't done the proper set asides to be a minority owned business, a woman owned business. And this is when the play comes into play. Like, hey, I'm gonna go get the LLC, the EIN, and do everything they said. Then I'm gonna let my lady get it, and then a different one as a woman. And now I'm gonna go minority owned, and she's gonna go woman owned, and we're gonna still bid on the same situation. Man, they say we couldn't, and then that's when you can start playing the game a little better once you understand those codes. Your SIC, NAICS. um excuse me, your UE, I mean, yeah, it's a UEI number. That's what they're each gonna generate. And then you get on there's other boards for business. Sam.gov. You can find government contracts there. You can get arranged with FEMA. You can do those things. And these are businesses that, man, they once you lock them in, and even people be like, man, I'm a product of my environment, but you don't even know how to use the environment to get the money. You live in what's called a hub zone. You see what I'm saying? You're underused for business, historically underused areas, right? So underrepresented areas. They give you more money to do business there and make business there and do all of these things. So when you think, oh, they about to build a Chick-fil-A over here, yeah, Chick-fil-A already got the bag before they came. They don't even need you to buy a sandwich. Just the fact that they about to go over there and hire 60 people, they gave them the money to go over there and build. But you're not putting it together. And then you don't even know another thing, we don't even know when we're being preyed on. Do you know that Family Dollars and Dollar Generals put their businesses inside of communities that make $30,000 or less a year per person? Because they think that you're going to spend more at Dollar General than you will at Walmart because you think it's just a dollar, but you're going to spend a dollar, a dollar, a dollar, a dollar, a dollar, a dollar. And now it ain't even a dollar no more. You're going in there, it's like 230. A lighter 230, a flashlight 230, batteries 230. You like, this is the impulse buy section, doubled up off the dollar. The candy is 230. The impulse buy section is double what the store says. So they already know I'm gonna get you for what you got. If we can have those type of discussions and have those type of conversations where we're understanding that, brother, for me and you to do a partnership, it takes a MOU. Brother, you need to have insurance on your company. There's $10 insurance, there's $50 per person insurance, there's thousands of dollars insurance, but brother, you ain't doing thousands of dollars of business right now. Take what the internet will give you, get solidified and certified so we can take your business and leverage it. You see what I'm saying? You can take the as soon as I finish up, we good. We can take your business and leverage it. Like you may not have a business, and he may not have a business, but be like, yo, man, that brother can sell everybody in the room. No, he don't have a business, but if you put him in the room, he could sell better than the people who own the business. He could get them through the door. And that's when they talk about the wolf on Wall Street. He wasn't a genius. He just had a straight line sales method that didn't allow you to BS around with the sale. It kind of drove you to the point of start to finish. And if we can put those methods of business into play as a group, as a collective, over a small amount of time, we will build assets quickly and also be able to be self-sustainable, where you're not relying on the grants. You're eligible, you want to put in, you want to get it, but you don't want to rely on them because once they cut them, you're no good. So, first, foundate yourself in good business, set your business up properly. Two, seek out partners in your field. Partnerships are the key to success. Everybody needs a partner, right? And then three, communicate, man. Don't be ghosting the brothers. Don't not answer the brother text. If you messed up, tell a brother, yo, I'm sorry, man. I messed the bag up, bro. All right, well, we gotta fix it. You might can't hold the bag again, but but we gotta fix it. Don't
Uh,
make it don't make it that we never want to speak to you again because you can't come and admit that you did something wrong.
that's good. That's good, man. So
And if
yeah,
we can do that, we good.
man, I'm with you all day, man. I think you hit on some good points. Definitely want to make sure if anybody who would love to get more information, find out more of how they can be able to participate in what your business is doing, and like to get more info, how could they always follow up and kind of connect with you?
Oh yeah, so what you see there is my Instagram, Jimmy underscore the Playmaker. Inbox me, DM me. It ain't a whole lot of I ain't doing a whole lot of breakdance moves on there. I ain't TikToking on there. I ain't telling no jokes. But just inbox me, man. And my number is 470-970-7030. You could call me because the connection could start there. If we have to move in and I end up talking to your assistant because we got a lot of work going on, cool. but we can talk first, and we can understand what you want to do, and how we can work together. I think a conversation is a start.
That's key, man. That's key. And so, is it nationwide? How do y'all operate? Y'all operate in certain cities, or how do y'all go about?
Right, so we're operating now on National, what is that, Old National Gobby Road. We've been in Jonesboro, McDonough, and Decatur as well as for some of our programmers, but now we have a stationary base to where we're going to be hiring and housing from that area. But if you are in, I mean, go online, look up Hub Zone Map.
Mm,
And if you look up the hub zone map, you will see, hey, I am in a hub zone. You are the prime person for us to do business with. You get in the inbox, you call me, say, hey, Jimmy, I'm in a hub zone and I own this type of business. How can we connect for you to help me to get more stable, staffed up, and funded if possible?
mm,
Because you would be a prime candidate. I would bring all the other things. I would bring all the codes you need, but you would bring the location. And together, the codes and the location open up the door.
that's good, man. That's good. But we definitely want to make sure that individuals who are looking for opportunities to grow want to not don't always have to be at the beginning stage, but definitely are interested in moving forward in any stage of business, also as far as employment or even in housing, man. Please look you up, and definitely learn and see, be a student. Like I said, that's one of the great things about me is, of course, you want to do what you're gifted in, but always know that someone else is out there who can help you along that journey. And so my thing is, you don't need two of the same people doing the same job, but it's good to have a partner who does something different from what you do. So
Right.
we all can come to the table and bring our strengths to the table, and we can work together to build something great. And so that's the beauty of us having these conversations, because you are definitely, and I'm quick to say, hey man, give me the play that I need to be working on, because you even giving me strategies on things that when our last couple of conversations, like, man, hey, I'm a student. Show me what this looks like, and I'll make sure that I'm doing my end, and vice versa. We can learn and grow
Right.
together. And so that's the beauty of it. And so, man, I want to first just thank you again, man, for taking time out of your schedules to come on this platform, to come and share your message, your information. And I hope someone who heard this information was able to move on it, and it can create impact that you can go out there and win big in the lane that you've been called to. So again, I want to thank you. But also, what is something that you feel is near and dear to yourself that you can encourage yourself daily to keep on going? What's something that you could tell the people?
Um, Something I say to, man, I'm the best, man. That's it, man. That's what I tell myself every day. You ain't gonna stop me. I ain't gonna quit. And we just gonna go. Cause I know that when I get there, it's gonna be 10, 15, 20 people benefiting. So I ain't gonna stop. So I mean, nobody knows what you can do, man, until you do it, man. And just keep doing it. And don't worry. My last thing is, don't worry about the shots you're gonna miss, man. Just keep shooting. Keep shooting, man. It's younger guys. My last thing, younger guys, you have the most even playing field in the world, man. You don't need an encyclopedia, a dictionary, or nothing. You got everything at the palm of your fingertips. And if you guys are using your brain together, you already got the older people beat on the internet. You can take over the game. We got to ask you how to use the phone. So if older brothers gave you the game and you gave the older brothers the technology, it would be impossible to stop.
Mhm.
And that's why they want to tell you that the old will fight the young and the young will fight the old and mother will kill daughter, because they don't want you to cooperate and work together. They don't want experience to meet innovation. That's a dangerous thing when experience meets innovation, man. That's domination.
There you go.
That's domination.
There
Yeah.
you go,
So,
man.
but with that said, man, thank you, man, a great deal for allowing me to be a part of your platform. And man, your brothers continue to watch this brother. Stay with him. I mean, inbox him. If you forget my number, ask him. Get in
No
his
doubt.
inbox.
No doubt. We're gonna make sure we keep your information here on the in the description. We'll make sure everybody have access to that information. But I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their schedule to look in and hear this information, because what you hear here is really something that can ignite the fire to take you to that next place. So do make sure that you like, share, and also keep on tapping in, because we're gonna keep on giving you our best. Y'all have a great day. Be great.